If you're a writer and you're not already journaling in a notebook in some capacity, what are you doing? Because journaling has literally helped me so much with getting my thoughts out on paper and emptying my brain and keeping myself in kind of that flow writing state even when I'm not currently writing anything. And honestly, even if you're not a writer, if you're any sort of creative person, or honestly if you're just a person who's really overwhelmed with things in the world, I highly recommend journaling, and this is a mini journal tour. The first journal that I have is this journal. I guess you would call this like my diary. I hesitate to call it that because I don't really write in it very often, and when I do write in it, I'm not really just writing what happened in my day. I'm kind of just writing my emotions, my feelings, that kind of thing, but I guess that's kind of what a diary is. I mostly use this journal like once in a while whenever I feel like I need to write something, if I'm feeling really strong emotions or I just want to get some thoughts out. I'm trying to work on journaling more than like saying my thoughts out loud or just keeping them in my head. And this also kind of doubles as a poetry journal because my poetry and my thoughts are kind of interconnected, so sometimes when I'm writing about my feelings it just ends up turning into poetry. So next up we have this journal. This is from TJ Maxx, I think, and it's my commonplace journal. If you don't know what commonplacing is, you can look it up on YouTube. There's tons of videos, but basically it's when you collect like quotes and like excerpts from books, things that you find interesting, and you put them all into one journal, so you have like a little collection of all the quotes and like ideas that stand out to you. I do the same thing but with like screenshots and quotes from my books, but I don't read very consistently, so it's more like screenshots that I find on Pinterest and like ideas that I get from like Instagram and stuff like that. So if you want a video about commonplacing for chronically online people, let me know. Finally, the last journal that I have is this one. This is a sketchbook. It's from Michaels, and this is the book that I use to plan out my book that I'm currently writing, Anatomically Sound. If you want to learn more, you should follow my page. If you're a writer, I highly recommend having a notebook dedicated to each of your projects. It's really helpful to be able to plan your ideas like by hand. This is just like an example of like a mind map sort of brainstorming thing that I might make in here. And I just think it's really helpful as a creative to have a space to just write everything about my book. And yeah, those are all of the journals that I use as a writer slash as a person, I guess. I don't really know. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I highly recommend journaling.